Palestinian fatalities are rapidly rising, with no end in sight to Israel's relentless aerial and ground assaults on the besieged Gaza Strip. Israeli jet fighters continue to pound various positions in Gaza. More bodies have been recovered from under the rubble, pushing the death toll to 318 in just 12 days. Nearly 2,300 others have been injured since Tel Aviv unleashed its offensive on July the 8th. Meanwhile, Israeli tanks continue shelling the impoverished territory. Officials say as many as 65 Palestinians have lost their lives since the ground operations began on Thursday. A correspondent in Gaza says Israeli troops are now trying to force their way into Khan Yunis in central Gaza by using heavy weapons, including phosphorus bombs. Israel has called up another 18,000 reservists, taking the total number of troops to 65,000. Akram Al-Satari is our correspondent with us now live from Gaza. Akram, first of all, Akram, can you hear me? Akram, can you hear me? But it looks like we still have not established a connection there with our correspondent, Akram Al-Satari. We'll try to bring him back just as soon as we can. But let's move on in the meantime to our next story. Violent clashes have erupted in Haifa, Israel, between police and protesters outraged by Tel Aviv's deadly war on the Gaza Strip. The protest was organised by the Balad Party, which is an Israeli Arab political party. Scuffles broke out after the crowd attempted to block a street at one of the main city squares. 2 Knesset members among the protesters were also assaulted by police. Some demonstrators were injured during the violence. At least 30 others were arrested. The protesters waved Palestinian flags and chanted anti-Israeli slogans denouncing Tel Aviv's military campaign in the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, protesters have taken to the streets of the German capital to condemn the atrocities Israel is committing in its attacks on Palestinians. Press TV's Beatrice Barragan has this report from Berlin.
The Gaza Strip is still under bombardment by the Israeli army. The attacks have claimed the lives of many civilians. According to Palestinian medical sources, around a quarter of the dead are children. In condemnation of the deadly assaults on the Gaza Strip and the Israeli occupation policies, hundreds of demonstrators took the streets of Berlin.
For days now, the Israelis are bombarding the Gaza Strip. Children or women are among the victims. This is why we want to show these acts here to the German public. Israelis just recently sent their infantry by land. We want to show the people in Palestine that they're not alone.
Freiheit wollen wir! Freiheit wollen wir!
Under the motto International Solidarity, demonstrators evidenced the importance of international support to come up with a diplomatic solution to the situation in Gaza.
Demonstrators from different nationalities and walks of life joined the demonstration and energetically expressed their wishes for peace. Press TV talked to some of the protesters about their opinions on the situation in the Gaza Strip.
It's 66 years now we are under occupation and it's enough.
They're having war there and our government is supporting it and doesn't say anything against it, and that's not right.
About 1.5 million people are currently living in the Gaza Strip and are under constant threat. Using heavy artillery and having mobilized the infantry, navy and air force, this is believed to be the largest military action Israel has undertaken in years. Beatrice Barragan, Press TV, Berlin.
You're watching the Top 5. Our headline and first story today, of course, is the situation in the Gaza Strip. The death toll has now risen to 318, we're hearing, as more bodies have been recovered from under the rebel. More houses targeted by Israel. Now, our correspondent Akram Al-Satari is with us live from Gaza. Akram, tell us about, at this stage, the ground assault taking place. We are hearing according to reports coming in, that the troops are trying to enter Khan Yunis. They're using heavy weapons. How far in are they trying to get into the Gaza Strip?
Well, the Israeli troops are staying in the very same spots they entered last night, but now, as the fire intensifies in Khan Yunis and the Gaza North, this is an indication that Israel is trying to expand its activities and is trying to enter further into the Palestinian territories and into the Gaza Strip. In the last recent minutes, we have some news about Israelis targeting the houses in the Beit Hanun, killing one lady and injuring more than 15 other people, and they are targeting one person in Khan Yunis, killing him and injuring some more other people. Israeli troops are trying to advance. They are trying to take over some of the land. They are trying to show that they have control, and they are trying to do that. They are trying to tell people they are in control, but they are not. Now the Palestinian resistance is returning fire. We have some rolling news all the time about Palestinian fighters gunning down Israeli soldiers, targeting Israeli armored vehicles, and launching rockets towards Palestine 48. Palestine-occupied 48.
So, Akram, does this mean that the ground troops are facing a strong resistance, and that's what's actually stopping them from moving forward? If they didn't face that resistance, they would be further in.
Exactly, this is the point. They were at the beginning trying to show their control over the rural and remote areas in the Gaza Strip, and they are facing a very fierce resistance in the areas they are trying to seize. And now, thanks to that, they are not able to go further into Gaza Strip. But I'm telling you, they'll go further. They are using very heavy fire against the areas that they are targeting. They want to drive the population, civilian population, away from their areas so that they can control the land. But they are not actually controlling the land. It looks like they are swallowing a bait. They are entering some areas. Palestinian resistance is firing at them, is blowing up the poppy-trapped house, is targeting their troops, and is targeting their tanks. So in a way they are in, and in a way they are being targeted inside the Palestinian territory, and it has been acknowledged by the defense minister, Israeli defense minister, that they are facing a fierce resistance into the Gaza Strip, and that their soldiers are falling injured or dead, and that their armored vehicles are targeted in the Gaza Strip.
So it's not clear then, however, about the number of casualties on the Israeli side. I mean, we're not hearing much concerning exact figures from them, but is there anything clear from the resistance fighters?
Well, the resistance fighters have been airing some of the videos showing their snipers gunning down the Israeli soldier, showing the Palestinian resistance launching anti-tank missiles. It looks like they are running. The Palestinian resistance is running a very effective media campaign showing the impact and the repercussions of the Israeli ongoing activities in the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian resistance through Al-Aqsa news channel, Al-Quds news channel. Al-Aqsa news channel is a radio channel, is Hamas affiliate. Al-Quds news channel is Islamic Jihad and Saraya Al-Quds military and its Saraya Al-Quds military wings affiliate. They have been airing statements, videos, and messages about what's happening, and it looks like the Israelis are paying a heavy price now before they are entering further into the Palestinian territory.